Over the last few years, Morocco has become an increasingly popular tourist destination. People visit the country for the exotic markets, the unique architecture, and the stunning landscape of the Sahara Desert. Morocco's attractions range from orange mud brick villages and ancient mosques to snow-capped mountains and colorful surf towns. The delicious food, friendly locals, and rich history easily make it one of North Africa's most fascinating travel destinations. To help with the planning of your trip to Morocco, we've narrowed down the search and put together this travel guide with some of the best places to see in the country. So, without further ado, let's get this video started with the first place on our list, Marrakech. Marrakech is the fourth largest city in Morocco, and it's often the starting point for travelers visiting the country. The center of Marrakech's life is the Jeema El-Fna market square. Every day from late afternoon until midnight, the square comes to life, with a range of snake handlers, musicians, fortune tellers, and food stalls. If you want to escape the chaos for a while, you can visit one of the many cafes that surround the square and offer great views of the action from their rooftop terraces. Another great thing to do in Marrakech is to wander through the narrow alleyways of the old Medina, where you'll find everything from leather bags and antiques to ceramics, spices, and carpets. As chaotic as Marrakech may be, immersing yourself in the hustle and bustle of this ancient city is something everyone should experience when visiting. Afterwards, we're going to head over to the famous city of Chefchaouen. The fairy tale town of Chefchaouen has to be one of Morocco's most photographed places. The city's located in the Rif Mountains and has risen to the top of many travelers' bucket list due to its eye-catching pastel blue buildings. Perhaps the most popular activity in Chefchaouen is simply strolling through the narrow streets around the town center and taking pictures of the beautiful scenes and the hundreds of resident cats that roam the streets. You can spend a morning shopping the market for textiles, dyes, and spices, and then have lunch at one of the many rooftop restaurants, taking in the spectacular views of the lush green valley and mountains that surround the town. Another great thing to do is to hike up to the Spanish Mosque, which sits perched up on a hill and offers stunning panoramic views of the surroundings. Let's now head over to another iconic place, the ancient city of Fes. Fes is so rich in culture and traditions that it's often referred to as the country's cultural capital. The city's especially famous for the beautiful leather tanneries. Be sure to pay a visit to the Chouara Tannery, which is said to be the oldest tannery in the world. Here, men still operate as they did in medieval times and make leather in small pits that are filled with a rainbow palette of different color dyes. The smell of the dyeing process can get a bit intense, so be sure to bring a scarf to cover your nose. Another must-see place is the UNESCO-protected Old City, which is said to be one of the largest intact medinas in the world. Simply walk through around the twisty, narrow alleyways and admire the city's unique architecture and historic monuments. Here you'll find artisan workshops making traditional copperware, weaving carpets, and selling products ranging from leather goods to metalware and ceramics. Make sure to follow the street signs closely, as it's easy to get lost in this hectic labyrinth of thousands of little streets. After Fes, let's head over to Essaouira. Located just a 2-hour drive southwest of Marrakech, Essaouira is one of Morocco's most charming seaside towns. The scenic ocean road leading up to the city is spectacular in itself and passes by miles of argan tree plantations and traditional villages. One of the best things to do in Essaouira is to visit the picturesque fishing harbor, often considered the most beautiful port in all of Morocco. Just take a stroll along the buzzing seaport and fortress tower and take in the lively atmosphere with the screeching seagulls and pastel blue fishing boats. Another must-see sight in Essaouira is the seafront Medina. This charming old town is encased within fortified walls, and in its narrow pathways you'll find tiny art galleries, boutique clothing stores, and a bustling cafe and restaurant scene. You'll also find a plethora of souvenir shops filled with handicrafts and ceramics. For the best views of the Atlantic Ocean, you can climb up to the century-old Sqala Fortress, or enjoy a quad ride on one of the beaches outside the city. After Essaouira, let's head over to the iconic Erg Chebbi Sand Dunes. The Erg Chebbi sand dunes are one of the most fascinating places to visit in Morocco. Located close to the Algerian border, these golden-colored sand dunes can reach up to 160 meters high and easily rank as some of the most picture-perfect sand dunes in the world. To get to this iconic site, you'll need to go on a 10-hour drive from Marrakech to Merzouga, the closest inhabited village to the dunes. The beautiful road leads along traditional Berber villages and awe-inspiring desert landscapes. From Merzouga, people head out into the Sahara Desert on sunrise or sunset camel treks and spend the night in built-up desert camps while gazing at a sky full of bright stars. One of the best ways to explore the dunes is to go on a guided four-wheel tour, where you'll drive deeper into the massive 28-kilometer-long stretch of sand dunes. Spending time in the Sahara Desert is easily one of the most memorable experiences you can have while you're in Morocco. Next, we'll have a look at the site of Ait Ben Haddou. Ait Ben Haddou is one of the most impressive sites in Morocco. This beautiful mud brick village was built over 1,000 years ago and was once located along an ancient caravan route between Marrakech and the Sahara Desert. Situated about 200 kilometers south of Marrakech, you can reach the landmark via a beautiful drive through the high Atlas Mountains. Having arrived at the nearby town of Quarzazate, you can then walk across the river and step through the doors of this ancient mud city. Marvel at the stunning architecture and even some of the houses from the inside. Throughout the village, you'll find plenty of souvenir shops, restaurants, and cute cafes where you can take a rest and soak in the unique atmosphere over a cup of traditional mint tea. If you can muster the energy to walk up to the top of the hill, you'll be rewarded with incredible views over the lush valley below. Let's now head over into Morocco's mountains. Located just outside of Marrakech, the Atlas Mountains offer a great opportunity to see a very different side of Morocco. The low-paced rural life and snow-capped mountains in the distance are the perfect antidote to the hectic markets of Marrakech and Fes. One of the many exhilarating experiences is a drive over the famous Tizi Tika Pass. This tight winding road carves its way through the highest reaches of the Atlas Mountains and offers jaw-dropping panoramic views of the valley below. Hikers and nature lovers also shouldn't miss a journey into the Imlil Valley, one of the region's most picturesque spots. The valley's traditional villages are sandwiched between high snowy cliffs and surrounded by lush farming fields. Another popular option is a 2-day trek to the summit of Jebel Toubkal, the highest mountain in North Africa. The non-technical trek leads along ancient Berber villages, stunning snowy landscapes, and peaks at the summit at 4,167 meters of altitude. Another must-see place in Morocco is Casablanca. Casablanca is the largest city in Morocco, and it's known for its many white-colored buildings. Although the city might lack some of the atmosphere of Morocco's other imperial cities, it's the economic heart of the country and feels quite cosmopolitan, with an interesting mix of immigrants from all over Africa. To see the city's most lively area, head over to the Ville Nouvelle quarter. Here you'll find beautiful French colonial architecture and grand old hotels, while charming French-style cafes line the sidewalks. The city's main attraction, however, is the Hassan II Mosque that rises above the ocean on a small peninsula. It's the third largest mosque in the world, and it took an astonishing 10,000 artisans to complete. The craftsmanship is impressive, with some of the most detailed tile work in the world on the inside. Unlike most other mosques in the country, you'll be able to enter the mosque even as a non-Muslim. Let's now head over to the second-to-last place on our list, Thagazout. Thagazout is Morocco's main surfer hangout, and here it's all about sea, surf, and sand. Located about an hour's drive from the larger sea resort city of Agadir, this laid-back town has become very popular with Moroccan tourists over the years. Yoga and surfing are the two main activities in town, as there are dozens of surf schools that cater to both beginners and more seasoned surfers. A must-do activity in Thagazout is to explore the town and the beach promenade on foot. The town itself is made up of charming white and pastel blue buildings, and narrow streets that are lined up with small cafes and boutique shops. A great place to visit in the area is Paradise Valley, a set of turquoise pools surrounded by steep cliffs and lush vegetation. It's an oasis in the heart of the desert, and you can travel there in less than an hour. Thank you for watching our video on the best places to see in Morocco. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel for more interesting travel videos. Also, what are your favorite places in Morocco? Let us know in the comments below.